Once upon a time, in a small village in Nigeria, there lived a girl named Uju. She was a beautiful and well behaved girl, loved by everyone in the village. Uju was not just beautiful on the outside, she was also kind hearted and respectful to everyone she met. Uju was exceptional in school. She always listened attentively to her teachers and worked hard on her studies. She was not only outstanding in academics, but also in extracurricular activities. Uju was a talented singer and was chosen to be a chorister in the village church. As Uju grew older, her parents began to think about her future. They wanted her to go to university and become successful in life. Her father, especially, would often sit her down and advise her to take her studies seriously and to avoid bad friends who could lead her astray. But as Uju entered the university, she was swayed by the influence of some bad friends she made. These friends would encourage her to go to parties and indulge in activities that were not suitable for a girl of her upbringing. Despite her father's warnings, Uju started spending more time with these friends and less time focusing on her studies. One fateful night, Uju went to a party with her friends. Little did she know that this night would change her life forever. At the party, her so called friends drugged her drink and she became unconscious. When she woke up, she found herself in a strange hotel room with a man she did not know. Uju was filled with shame and regret when she realized what had happened to her. She knew she had made a terrible mistake by trusting her friends and going to that party. With a heavy heart, she returned to the university dormitory, but the weight of what had occurred weighed heavily on her. Months passed, and Uju began to feel unwell. She went to see a doctor, and to her shock, she was diagnosed with pregnancy. Uju couldn't believe it. She knew she had disappointed her parents and brought shame upon herself. When her parents found out, they were devastated. They couldn't understand how their once well behaved daughter could have fallen into a situation. Uju's friends mocked her, and she felt like an outcast in her own community. With no other choice, Uju's parents decided to send her away to live with her grandmother in the village. They hoped that by removing her from the town, people would not gossip about her anymore. In the village, Uju gave birth to a baby boy. Despite the circumstances of his birth, Uju loved her son with all her heart. He was her ray of hope in the midst of darkness. But the challenges were far from over for Uju. The father of her child, a man named Obasi, denied the baby, refusing to take responsibility. Uju felt betrayed and hurt, but she knew she had to be strong for her son. Despite all the hardships she faced, Uju refused to give up on her dreams. She resumed her studies, determined to make a better life for herself and her son. And finally, after years of hard work and perseverance, Uju graduated from the university with flying colors. But the story doesn't end there. Years later, Obasi and his wife found themselves unable to have children of their own. They consulted with doctors and traditional healers, but nothing seems to work. Desperate for a solution, Obasi and his wife sought out Uju, hoping that she would forgive them for their past mistakes. They begged for her forgiveness, realizing that their actions had caused her great pain. After much pleading, Uju found it in her heart to forgive them. She knew that holding on to anger and resentment would only weigh her down. And so she forgave Obasi and his wife, wishing them happiness and peace in their lives. As time went on, something miraculous happened. Obasi's wife became pregnant, and 9 months later, she gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. It was as if Uju's forgiveness had lifted the curse that had been placed upon them. Uju's story teaches us the power of forgiveness and redemption. Despite facing countless challenges and setbacks, she never lost hope or gave up on her dreams. And in the end, her kindness and forgiveness not only changed her own life, but also brought joy and blessings to those around her.